All right, we are at Skulls 3, the final chapter in the Skulls trilogy. First time watch, first time watches for all of them. And you can go check out my previous reviews for the Skulls and Skulls 2, my first thoughts kind of thing. So, mostly spoiler free, but I do talk about the plots in a bit of detail. So, if you want to go in blind, definitely do that first, then come back to the reviews. But Skulls 3, this one actually has no connection to the first two, whereas the second one did tie into the first film a little bit. This one is really its own thing and really goes in a bit of a different direction with a few themes, I think. This one did the best when it comes to the Rotten Tomatoes score, at least. I forget the IMDb score, but funny enough, for these, direct to DVD B movies, you could say, they get better and better and better with the critic score anyway. But they all feel relatively the same when it comes to quality and that TV feel that I talked about last time. They just really feel like TV films, and they have that TV film feel, even though they weren't technically TV films. They have that huge feel to them. So what we have going on in this one, we have this woman named Taylor, a young woman in college, and her father was a skull, and she really wants to be a skull herself, even though they don't initiate females for being skulls. They never have in history, but she wants to be the first and everything. So this film definitely throws in the girl boss from 2004. We get a lot of that today, but this is like an earlier girl boss theme, and she really wants to get into it. And her father's like, they never did this before. Her boyfriend Brian is like, they never did this before, and you can see a lot of tension and like resistance, especially from the males in the thing. They're like, no, there's no fucking way we're bringing in a chick into this society. It's just not gonna happen. Yada yada yada. But she fights for it. She even goes to the dean and everything. And I don't know if it's a dean or somebody responsible for the thing. And she gets herself in there. And some people are happy for her. Most people are not, especially her boyfriend, who's not supportive in any way. But this guy, I think his name is Roger, who is a little bit more supportive with her. And this all leads to her really taking it seriously. Like, she's taking it, she really wants to be there and everything. Like I said, she lost a brother too, which is introduced right at the beginning of the film, where he was a skull too. So she has men in her family who were skulls, and she takes her position very seriously. But it leads to this situation where she's at this party, and her boyfriend Brian shows up to the party asking her like where she's been and everything, because she's been distant and all that, and he hasn't been supportive much at all. But she ends up drinking a drink, and it's clear that it has been drugged, and somebody helps her to bed or something like that. And then when she wakes up, she doesn't remember anything, and Brian is dead, murdered. There's blood on her dress and everything, and everything, all evidence leads to her kind of thing. This film also opens up, I forgot to mention, where she's being interrogated by two sheriffs or two detectives or officers. So it goes back and forth between that. Like, a lot of this film is her in a police station being interrogated and then telling her story, which is the rest of the movie. And yeah, she was essentially framed by the skulls, and then just like the second movie, they kind of try and spin her life upside down and ruin it basically. And what it turns out, the reason is connections with her dad and connections with this guy named Nathan, who is a big boss in the skulls. And overall, this film felt, again, like the TV movie vibe, and had the traits of the other films, but this one was the most coherent and least convoluted until it wasn't. Like, the third act just goes all over the place convoluted, and that's when all the twists happen, and they happen literally all at once, and it's just like, okay, now I'm just confused, and we have people backstabbing this person, and reveals here and there and upside down and sideways, and it was really smooth going through compared to the other ones, especially compared to the second one, which is just convoluted through the entire thing. But this one, the story was much, much more coherent, and I was like, I'm actually vibing with this. I'm feeling this a lot more. story-wise and plot-wise. But yeah, the third act was fine, but it definitely takes your head for a spin kind of thing. And it, I don't know if this is like the best directed one. Maybe so. I don't know. It's not the quality that goes up, I could say, with these as the films go on, because they're 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 essentially kind of the same thing. But I think maybe because 2 and 3 had more to go off with the first one, and it wasn't the first attempt at something like this. They had more to work with. They had more of an understanding of what failed and what worked from the previous film, so they were able to utilize that. Although it's three different directors in every film, and the first one had Paul Walker, so you have the name recognition right off the bat, whereas the second and third doesn't have relatively known actors to them. But do I have a favorite? I don't know. They really blend in together, and honestly, all three are quite forgettable, which is a shame because I mentioned this already in some of the previous reviews. Because this has to do with cults and conspiracies, I'm all over that shit, so I was expecting something really going down a loophole kind of thing with what they had to offer with cults and conspiracies. But it's really, they could have done something really unique and really fun with this, but everything just feels so tame, so forgettable, so Sunday afternoon TV movie, and it's fine for that, but I wanted more. I expected more. I was hoping for more, and I just got vanilla instead of, banana split Sunday. Weird ass analogy, but yeah, it is what it is. Skulls 3 was fun, just like 2 and 1 were fun. A little bit of the same thing, but taking a different spin on it with the female lead, which was cool. She was good in it. She did really well. So yeah, just another meh 2 stars. All these are 2 stars for me. 2, 2, and 2 right across the board. And binging them, I'll do it again at some point. But yeah, that's what I got on the Skulls. So take that as you will. If you've seen them, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't seen them, well, I guess you're not going in blind now, but stream them or binge them. They are entertaining enough. And subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.